Hello, everybody. This is Charlene Burke with Grow Because You Know. That's www.growbecauseyouknow.com. Welcome to Morning Mindset Cafe. Today we're talking about Napoleon Hill's Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. I should say he also wrote it with W. Clement Stone, 1960. This happens to be a hardcover from 1969. For those in the live area here, the PDF is available to you in the seat next to me. We are at the very end of Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. It's a summation of the book. And the actual title of the chapter is Awaken, the Sleeping Giant Within You. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Anybody know what the sleeping giant is? Let me just put it out there. I'm just curious. If anybody here knows what the sleeping giant is, type it in the chat if you think you know or what you think the sleeping giant is. Because there's a right answer in terms of what the book says, but I'm curious what you think it is. Sleeping giant of success. Okay. Anybody else have a thought of what the sleeping giant is? Because we're going to wake it up. The individual that rages against the tepidness of the mundane with initiative. We all know that came from Matt, my thinker in the group. That is a fabulous paragraph. I love that, Matt. The individual that rages against the tepidness of the mundane with initiative. Are you talking about the in-betweener that suddenly gets a fire under their butt? Because it takes a lot of work to be successful. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, we know that. We who are on the road to success have experienced it, know that it takes work. Not quite the in-betweener that gets the committed person. All right. So Matt, the individual that rages against the tepidness of the mundane with initiative is the committed person. Yeah, I like that. I like that, my friend. Good job. Anybody else want to put out there what you think the sleeping giant within you is? It's the sleeping giant. Okay, it's all right. So, getting loads of money. Oh, that'll work too. So is the sleeping giant the loads of money that needs to be awakened and put into your hands? Is that what you're thinking? Okay. All right, I'm going to go straight from the book, The Potential. Okay. Straight from the book. Or know how finances and money is handled. Interesting. All right. Again, I'm not going to say your answers are right or wrong at this point because this is how you're seeing it, and that's great. That's why I love the comments. That's great. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at what Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone have to say about it. Okay. This is their view. Let's see if we can work it into how we see what the sleeping giant is. You are the most important living person. Stop and think about yourself. In all the history of the world, there has never been anyone else exactly like you. Never. And in all the infinity of time to come, there will never be another just like you. You are the product of your heredity, your environment, physical body, conscious, subconscious mind, experience, and particular position and direction in time and space, and something more. You have something more, and that is including powers known and unknown. You have the power. You have the power to affect, use, control, or harmonize with all of them. And you can direct your thoughts, control your emotions, and ordain your destiny. For you are a mind with a body. And your mind consists of dual, invisible, gigantic powers, the conscious and subconscious. One is a giant that never sleeps. It's called the subconscious mind. The other is a giant which, when asleep, is powerless. When awakened, the potential power is unlimited. Unlimited. This giant is known as the conscious mind. When the two work in harmony, they can affect, use, control, or harmonize with all known and unknown powers. Wow. When you think about what we've been talking about up to this point, it has all been about the power of our own thoughts to be able to guide our emotions, our spirit, our body, our health, our environment. And the sleeping giant can be awakened. I mean, we're just calling it something different, this conscious and subconscious mind. So what would you have? What would you have? Love, good health, success, friends, money, a house, maybe a car, recognition, peace of mind, courage, or happiness? What would you have? The sleeping giant within you has the power to bring your wishes into reality. Name what you would have, and it's yours. So how do we awaken the sleeping giant within each of us? Just how do we do that? Think. I know it sounds so simple, doesn't it? It sounds so simple. We all know just how difficult it is. Simple does not equate to easy. I know this. You know this. But that's not going to stop us, is it? So think. Think with a positive mental attitude. The sleeping giant must be summoned with magic. I just love these words. It's like, who talks like this anymore, right? But it's true. The sleeping giant must be summoned with magic, and you possess the magic. At the very beginning of this book, before chapters, in the green section, the green section, which is the green pages, which is like introductory, talks about the talisman within each of us. We have this hidden talisman. And I visualized it just by writing it on a piece of paper. On one side of the talisman, we have NMA, which is negative mental attitude. And on the other side, we have PMA, which is positive mental attitude. Yes, it's simple. It's also very easy to write this down and to check ourselves through the day. I have found myself seeing this on my desk and saying, oh, spot check. How am I doing right now? Doing pretty good. Thinking is in the right direction. Activity is in the right direction. Working with the right people. Getting things done. Well, because my positive mental attitude. Had a client issue yesterday that at one time could have, if I'd been in the right mood, could have really angered me and frustrated me. I said, well, let's take care of this. Oh, this is going to take a little longer than we thought. We're going to take care of this. Positive mental attitude. Action. So we have this inside of us. This is just a physical representation of that talisman that's sitting inside of us that we can do a spot check quick. So the magic is that talisman. And with those symbols of PMA on one side and NMA on the other, the positive mental attitude characteristics symbolized by words such as faith, hope, honesty, and love. There's more words, of course. Of course. Integrity, honor. So you are launched on a great journey. You are not standing still, and you can't stand still. To reach the end of your journey successfully, You need many of the skills of a navigator. And that's what we've been talking about. Okay, this is what we've been talking about. There's going to be adversities. There are dangers. There are obstacles. Yeah, it's a journey of life, right? And here comes Alfredo. Yes, get your laptop, my friend. I'd love to have you here. Success through a positive mental attitude will bring you the book. This book. See, you've got your copy right there. It's downloadable. Success through a positive mental attitude. Take this with you on your journey. Refer to it often. It's a textbook. It is. Those are my words. It's to be studied. It can bring you success, wealth, physical, mental, and spiritual health and happiness when you react favorably to it. Okay? When you react favorably to the book and to the opportunities that are put in front of you. Andrew Carnegie said, anything in life worth having is worth working for. So what would you have? Well, name it, and it's yours. They're not kidding, right? I mean, we're not kidding here. That I have named it and it's mine. Now, of course, in today's language, that means, well, where is it? I named it. It's not sitting in front of me, is it? Well, actually, it's sitting inside. So whatever I name that I want, this is what it's telling me, and I want to hear from all of you if you heard the same thing. I name what I want. The level of success I want with my business, the level of success I want with my internals changes, the type of success that I want with my growth, I name that. And once I name it, and I name it aloud, and then I go into the exercise of really determining what it is that I want, going into detail. What does that look like? Write it out, visualize it. Don't just give it a name. Now let's really stretch it out and make it real in our minds. And I become fixed on that. That is what I want. The way to get it will be revealed. And it does, and it is. Because I'm committed to getting what I want. I've named it. It's in front of me. I've set out that I'm going to be committed to doing it. And now I'm able to see people who can help me to attain it. I can see opportunities that I can say yes or no to. Does it fit in with where I'm headed? Is this going to help me get where I want to go? And I can say yes or no. I can draw on my faith, the faith that I have in something greater than myself, to keep me moving forward. When the obstacles hit, when the dangers hit, part of that positive mental attitude is knowing that there's something greater than myself that has more power than I do at the moment. And I'm just going to let him take care of it. When the two minds are aligned with your heart, your true desires, no challenge is too much to overcome. No situation can change your attitude. Yes, Aaron. Love that. Love that. So, the sleeping giant in you. There's two of them. Two. I don't know how many ways can I say two? There's two. The subconscious and the conscious mind. And when they work together, oh, what a powerful thing it is. Now, when I read that, not just now, but earlier this morning, and I thought on it, I thought, so who do I know or know of who have awakened? They've already awakened these two giants in them, the subconscious and the conscious, and they're working in harmony together. So names that we're familiar with today, we have John Assaraf, Darren Hardy, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Brendan Burchard, Sharon Lecter. No. Who do you know? Who comes to your mind when you think who has awakened both of them and exhibit an overall sense of peace with themselves, commitment to a direction that they want to take themselves in their business, commitment to personal improvement? Les Brown, the names keep coming to me. So if anybody wants to jump in the seat and talk about this, talk about your own road, talk about your own discoveries, talk about you haven't awakened the giant yet, but it's okay. Name some of the people you know that have done this, or some of the people you know of. I'd love to know who comes to your mind that we can look to say, that's what it looks like on the outside. And I don't think it has anything to do with personality. And I say that because Brendan is kind of lower key than Tony Robbins, right? Now, Sharon Lecter is definitely lower keyed than Tony Robbins and others who have exhibited just this lots of energy. You know, they're extroverts and have all this outward energy that just emanates from them. But there's power in all of them. How about leaders? Leaders in your own groups. Think about that for a second, whether they've consciously or unconsciously have awakened these two giants. What are they exhibiting? What does that look like to you? So, seats open. Got a couple of seats in here. Jump on in, join the conversation. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Big shout out and hello to Catherine. Good to see you here. And Cindy, glad you made it this morning. Good morning. We could have meditation time, just quiet meditation. I'm wondering if Alfredo fell asleep on his way to getting his laptop. I have to laugh. Having that newborn 2 months, they haven't had any sleep in that house.
Hey, Charlie.
Good morning. Well, aren't you looking dapper today?
Yeah, a little bit of a come up on my normal workout t-shirt and jeans.
Well, this early too. My goodness.
Yeah.
It looks good. You look good.
That's one of those mental mindset things. I decided I'm going to start waking up early, and it's become a habit. Well, it's becoming a habit.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll become a regular habit. Well, not hopefully. I'm going to do it.
It will if you do it.
Yeah.
It will if you do it. That's what's happened to me. It started years ago, actually, about 4:30. Now it's 5 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, I am up and I am out.
Yeah. It's just like anything else. Awakening the sleeping giant. It really does take an inventory, a self-inventory. I know we talk about this a lot, but when you take that self-inventory, you're able to determine what is your true desire, what is it in your heart, because that's what's going to help align your conscious and your subconscious. If it doesn't align with your heart, with your true desires, there's going to be conflict. Even though your mind's trying to tell you, oh, this is what it is, you have to understand it emotionally, really. And the only way to do that is to put it, like you're saying, you put it down in terms you understand. You write down a money goal, you write down a business goal, you write down, a process goal. It makes it more real. It becomes attached to your heart, to your emotions, and that will help your conscious mind, which when you're awake, you're moving your hands and everything, aligned with that subconscious mind.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people don't really understand it, but if you start looking at the chemicals, like your brain produces chemicals, it has different glands and organs that, secrete chemicals, endorphins. A lot of people know about the adrenaline junkies, right? Everyone's wants to have that boost of adrenaline. Well, your brain's producing that. And how does it produce that? It produces that through your emotional system, which ties into your subconscious mind so tightly that once you understand the chemicals it produces, as far as making you happy, the endorphins,
Right.
keeping yourself happy, and how much of an influence it has on your mind, on your conscious mind, on your behaviors, on your actions, you really start to understand
Now, wait.
how.
So you're saying that because we're focusing our thinking, which is changing our emotions and our behavior, that one of the effects of that, and one of the reasons why we're able to do that is because it induces a chemical reaction, which is associated with the behavior, the action, and the emotion. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes,
Okay.
like meditation. When you take meditation, you're you're focusing your conscious mind to connect with your subconscious mind. You'll go through.
Love that. Yeah.
You'll
That
go
that
through.
is that is I'm just going to stop you because that's the visual I think we all need is how you can do that because it's more than just thinking with that positive mental attitude and accessing it like spot checking through the day when you're conscious. But now you just said that I can consciously tap into my subconscious through meditation.
Yes, yes. When you're meditating, it actually, promotes the release of these positive chemicals in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you getting deep within yourself, finding the you, finding it within, finding the truth within, finding that sleeping giant that's in there. Well, what is it? Like you're saying, okay, a little bit of some people, want recognition. I'm a Leo. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, for me, it's it's important to be, have some recognition. So
Okay.
I made some conscious decisions. Oh gosh, if I, clean up, shave, or put on a collared shirt and a tie, this appearance is going to come across a video. It's going to be acknowledged. Hopefully, it's going to be acknowledged for what it is. I took an effort to clean up a little bit, and here it is. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, I'll get some positive.
All right, Aaron. I already told you you look good. I already said you look good. What else do you want, buddy? I already
Yeah,
said it. Do you need it again?
and that's kind of the action part, taking effect in the conscious behavior,
Yeah.
which feeds the emotion, which feeds the subconscious, which reinforces that positive behavior. And instead of being a downward spiral, you're on an upward spiral. You're going up because you're building on these emotions that are positive.
You got it. And I like the way you put it. So I can tap into my subconscious through meditation. I can also feed that subconscious because we've learned that it's always on. The subconscious is always on. So we can feed it through our conscious mind intentionally. And part of what we do, part of what I do is mornings here, right? I'm feeding my mind with what you're talking about, with what you're sharing, those in the comment section and what have you to reinforce what I've read and to help me understand a different way of seeing something and and making it a daily habit so that it is feeding my subconscious. So it's another way to do it. The routines that we have in our morning, the focus on what it is we want. Once we've declared what we want, this is what I want, then that becomes the focus of my attention, my activity, and everything else.
Yes, yes. It's kind of a catch-22. I've noticed a lot of the things is a catch-22. You have to take that blind faith. You have to take that first step of blind faith.
Yeah.
And that's in a lot of things. And many of the businesses I've started, it starts with an idea, like my vending machines. It really was just an idea. And until I decided, yeah, this is real, it's a positive thing, and decided, let's do it. And then started saying, how can I do it? Let's put aside, $20 a week until I could put a down payment and actually financed my first vending machine.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a persistent every month, go collect it and make the payment. Go collect it, make the payment. Lucky me, I got to have lunch sometimes. And, that just reinforced, in a way, that subconscious sleeping giant that originally was just an idea. I just thought, oh, yeah, it'd be nice to have some vending machines. What a great way to make money. You go collect it, open the box. there's money. How do you connect that conscious thought to the subconscious mind? And it really was through that, putting it in my mind, writing it down, writing the numbers down that I needed, writing the monthly income down that I needed for that first machine, to make it real in my conscious, to make my subconscious, was already saying yes, 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 to take the action, to take that first chair, the second chair, whatnot, the first mall, and whatnot. So, yeah.
Now, I'm really surprised, and I'm going to say this because I've known Aaron for a little while now, that you went with vending machines and not pinball machines. Just a little surprise there.
Yeah. Well, the vending market is pretty competitive. So there's locations, getting locations.
There's reasons why you went there. Got it.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work to get locations. So I had to go with kind of an unusual, a new style machine, something that wasn't too saturated, even though in the cities they're still saturated. But
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Daryl. Hey, good to see you here. Always good to have you with us. We're talking about Awaken the Sleeping Giant within you. And what we've identified is that the sleeping giant is your subconscious mind.
Yeah, your inner self, in a sense. Maybe even your emotional, or that part of the brain that you feel.
All of that. And we do it through thinking. We do it on purpose. We do it with focused intention to name what we want and go after it.
And that was a big thing for me too, is focusing my attention on my inner. What is it? You hear people talk about the why, and my why was pretty big. It still is. It's even the one that I have written down for my Deaf and Achieve aim is nothing in comparison to what ultimately I want to do. And the simplified version of what I like to do, what I'm passionate about, is to help people. Whether it's helping the lady across the street, or whether it's, helping someone with a business project, or helping a homeless veteran just by going and bringing them a meal and sit with them and talking with them for a few minutes of my day. I get a genuine reward out of that. I don't have to get paid for that. It just so happens that, I like computer, I like cutting edge, I like learning new stuff. And so the best field, technology, I can learn lots of stuff, help lots of people that need help with this new stuff. And the side effect is, I generate a little revenue, which is always good.
Always good.
And like the vending machines, I went with dollar operated shiatsu chairs. They're kind of like the spa chairs without the foot soak part. Just put them in waiting rooms, car washes, bowling alleys, doctors' offices, malls. And because I was helping people, I knew that even if they put $1 in and I'm making money, they're sitting down there getting a few minutes of relaxation. I was so motivated when I first got into that business because of that, not because of the money in vending, but because every machine I placed, I knew every dollar that was in that machine, a person had 3 minutes to relax with a shiatsu chair. So it became a labor of love. It aligned totally with my subconscious and my heart. And I was able to just be so motivated, take action every day.
Love that. It's interesting because Catherine is saying she hears a lot that people are happiest when helping people. Could that be because the positive side of life is all about helping others? That's one way to look at it. I do know that, the best businesses are the ones that solve somebody's problem. Most successful businesses start with, what is a problem somebody else is having? Here's my solution. Just what Aaron was talking about. The problem of being overstressed, filled with anxiety, tired, worn out, or even just too hyped up to be able to sit in a chair and relax for a few minutes and take your mind away. That's solving a problem. Being of service to others is a core value in everything that Napoleon Hill has written, which tells me it's a core value of every highly successful person, is the value to be of service. And we talked, what was it yesterday? We talked about happiness. Happiness, you can't just sit and be happy. Helping others to be happy makes you happy. And then it turns into this level of contentment for the rest of the day.
Yes, even more than a day. Like you were saying, we talked yesterday. We weren't on the record or anything, but I was kind of had some things happen and had some sadness, some anger that I had to deal with, and it really did. It took me, first of all, opening up to myself and doing that inner inventory and saying, yeah, you know what? I am upset. I am hurt. I am sad about this. How can I face this? How can I align this with my true self? You know, I had to find my true self was mad. My true self realized that some stuff was going on that I had to get my mind out of, shake it off. Had to go from that, you know, negative to the positive. Had to do a spot check. After I, you know, realized that that's what's going on with me, make the conscious decision and go out and be of service to somebody. And that just switched it all around. And now, you know, I woke up this morning just wholly positive because I knew that today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be of service to somebody, somehow, somewhere.
Okay, I love that. And then we have Alfredo saying the sleeping giant wants to be happy. Now, this is interesting. I have Abdul trying to get in, calling in, and I've accepted you, and it's still, I'm going to blame Blab. It is showing you still as wanting to call in. So, don't know, maybe it's because you left. I don't know. Maybe Blab is just kicking up. I don't know. Comment in the side and let us know that you're here, Abdul. I'm trying to let you in. Kick them and ask them to retry.
Yeah, that sometimes works.
Okay, let me remove. And see, it won't even let me remove him from having tried to call in.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that one worked. Just so you know what I'm trying. Catherine's saying Chrome won't even let her open Blab right now. Well, that's annoying. So.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Did my computer take over?
No, it didn't. You're good. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Abdul. You want to try again? You happy to? Catherine's using a different browser. Hey, you know, we're all learning together.
Yeah, I've had more problems with Safari, but then my Safari is an old version. I haven't updated it yet. I hardly use it.
Okay, let's see if this will let Abdul in. Here he comes.
Oh, I see him now.
Yeah, now you can see he's trying to come
Give
in.
him some props.
Abdul, hello.
How are you?
Good to see you. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to meet you here.
Pleasure is ours. So what do you think of this success through a positive mental attitude, awakening that sleeping giant of the subconscious mind?
I don't agree with that.
You don't? Okay.
Yeah. Just coffee. Everything will be okay.
Well, I have to agree. I'm good with that. Was good, Abdul. That was good. So, but seriously, do you have thoughts about the positive mental attitude, what we're talking about today? For our morning mindset, we're talking about getting our mind focused on the positive mental attitude, asking the questions, being better. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
For this reason, I'm here. Mm-hmm. I like this subject. For somebody who would like to be a good mood or to get good mood, there are 7 rules he or she should doing. The first one, keep away from complaining. Complaining, the first one of negative. Are you agree with me?
So far, so good. Keep away from complaining.
Yeah. The second thing is gossiping.
Ooh, that's a good one. Do not gossip.
Yeah.
I thought the more gossip you do, the happier you are. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Aaron needs more coffee.
I'll be back. I'm going to go get some coffee.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Abdul. So number 2, gossip. Don't do it. I'm loving this so far. What's your number 3, my friend?
Yeah. Number 3, motivate myself or anyone just should motivate him or herself by watching good movie, good video. That's make me positive. For this
okay.
Reason.
So the input, the information we're taking in, make sure that it is positive.
That means surround myself with winner.
Love that. Surround yourselves with winners. Love it.
Yeah. Number 4, it's lying. Lying.
Don't lie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so honesty. Be honest. Don't lie.
Mm-hmm. And also, in these days, more people use justice, judging about other people without know anything about them. For me, judging also number 4.
So don't judge.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't that also mean to don't be too quick to judge? So take the time to get to know somebody to have enough information to judge whether or not they should be in your circle.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Like that. What else you got?
Finally, excuses.
Hashtag no excuses, right?
Maybe, for example, when I'd like to be a great man or to be successful around the world, I'm trying to keep away from excuses. I don't think that. I don't have money. Oh, I don't have positive energy. That's for me negative.
Okay.
Are you agree with me?
I am agreeing with you completely. You are talking exactly what's been in this book and in Think and Grow Rich and Law of Success and all the things that we talk about here on Morning Mindset. Those are wonderful. Now, do you have any more, or did we miss 2? Because you said you've up to 5, and you said you had 7.
I told you in the first coffee.
Oh, there, Alfredo. He told you the number 1 was coffee.
Yeah. Okay, what's yours?
So mine are very similar to that. It is about making sure that I'm always focused on what it is I've set my want for. What is it that I want? What is my goal? What is it that I am working towards? And
Let
then,
me ask you a question, sorry.
Sure.
You spoke about goals.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I have a question. If you have goals, which way do you prefer? Goals with high experience and low salary, or with low experience and high salary?
I'm not sure I understand what you asked.
Mm-hmm. I ask you about goals.
Goals.
What's your goals?
Right. So setting my goals, but you confused me with the rest of what you were asking.
Okay, complete. Then I ask you. Complete.
So I have goals, and I'm very clear on the big goal, ultimately what I'm going for, right? But then I've broken it down into the smaller goals so that I know what needs to happen, what I need to do today that will get me closer to the big goal. And my goals are both for in my personal life as well as in my business.
Mm-hmm.
And both, actually, that which I do in my business, because I am my business, is in line with my values and my belief system and my activity in my personal life. By making me better, I am making my business better. I'm better able to service my customers, sell my products and services, manage my money better, grow my bank account, grow my heart, grow my mind, those sort of things.
Mm-hmm. So, are you an entrepreneur?
I am a small business owner. I'm a solo business owner. Mm-hmm. Entrepreneur to me means that somebody who starts something from scratch and builds from scratch. So I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. I have a business model that is very similar to many others. So I'm in an industry that many others are in.
Got you.
So the systems are already set up. I'm just modifying them to work for me. I didn't create the systems.
Weren't you an entrepreneur when you started, Charlene?
No, I wasn't an entrepreneur when I started. No, I purchased somebody else's business system similar to a franchise. I stepped into theirs. It was already working. Why should I wasn't, and I'm still not inclined actually to start something from scratch. It just doesn't suit me. Now I create things, Don't get me wrong. I create things. I write and I have ebooks and I have webinars and I create things, but that is to supplement what my business processes are and what my business is set up as. So
That's mean attitude affected or influence about your business?
oh, absolutely. Attitude is the number one thing. As you said, it's nothing without coffee. Oh, I'm awesome after about 2 pots, you know.
Have a nice coffee.
So those are great. Yeah, and Alfredo, yeah, find a franchise to fit your business model or franchise your current business model. That's the difference between an entrepreneur and a small business owner. I mean, I've been working with business owners for so many years startups, those are entrepreneurs. You got somebody who's starting something brand new, bringing something to market, then bringing something new to market and bringing something new to market. Those are entrepreneurs. And what I wanted to do, there was an existing business model and I found it and I said, oh, you're already doing this and this is successful and these others in this industry are successful. That's the way I'm going to do it. Therefore, I'm a small business owner.
By the way, let me introduce myself.
All right, Abdul, you do that.
Yeah. My name Abdulaziz. I'm from Turkey.
Abdulaziz. Let me get that straight. Abdulaziz. I was shortening it. My apologies.
Oh,
Abdulaziz.
You pronounce it very
All right,
well.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm from Turkey. I live with my family in Medium House. I'm single. I'm graduated from Ankara University. Now I work in Oxford Institute for Computer, for Electronics. That's it.
Well, welcome, Abdulaziz. Nice to meet you. And you've given us some great things to talk about. So in the comment section, and Aaron, what do you think of the 6 things that Abdulaziz gave us?
You know, I agree with coffee. You know,
there's a reason I call it a cafe, right?
there is. I think it was a few days ago. I seen something similar posted around on Facebook, and I don't think I shared it, but yeah, those things are so important. I mean, people don't realize that when you're focusing on gossip or something, you're using somebody else's, misfortune or creating their misfortune to make yourself feel happy. That's not true happiness.
No, it's not.
It's
very much on the negative, isn't it? And it tears other people down, and there's no reason to do that.
Complaining, same thing.
What would you do? Okay.
Surrounding yourself with winners. Surround yourself with some losers. What are they going to talk about? They're going to be bringing you down. Again, not going to be happy. You lie? Well, my brain's going to have to figure out, what do they say? It's easy to remember the truth. So you don't have to focus your mind. Excuses? Well, you're never going to get nothing done. You really won't. I'm going to make an excuse. Nothing's going to get done. I'm going to sit there and go, boo-hoo-hoo. Not going to be happy. And if I don't have coffee, watch out.
Yeah, you hit us with the coffee, Abdulaziz. That's yeah, definitely hit us with the coffee. Good stuff.
By the way, where are you from?
I am in Louisville, Kentucky. Do you know have you heard of the Kentucky Derby with the horse race?
Kentucky in USA.
You know the Kentucky Derby, the horse race? Okay.
Yeah, in USA.
And I'm in the USA, and I am less than 30 minutes from Churchill Downs, where the Kentucky Derby is run every year. Yeah, and I only say that this is Derby week starting, and the Kentucky Derby is next weekend, so it's crazy around here. Yeah, I almost live in southern part of the USA. And then Aaron.
What about you?
Hold on, Aaron, where are you calling in from?
According to Oprah, the best place in the world to live, but that has changed since everybody is now living here and is crowded and city-like. It's not the same as when I grew up. Near Pismo Beach, we chasing wabbits.
He's in California. He's in the USA as well. This poor guy's in Turkey. Don't do that to him, Aaron. It's not like he knows where.
Everybody knows about Bugs Bunny. Come on. Bugs Bunny is the cartoon, the rabbit. He's always on his way to Pismo Beach.
Okay. I didn't get the reference, Aaron.
It's the Central Coast of
Mr.
California.
Iron,
Aaron, I didn't get the reference. You need more coffee, my friend.
to be honest with you, Mr. Iron like Arnold.
I'll be back.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? In the lighting there, he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, a young Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, there's your incentive to bulk up, Aaron.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I got to get the keys to the workout room. There's a Bowflex in there, so I should be
good,
right on the target. But the funny thing about this part of California I live in, everyone thinks California. They either think San Francisco or LA or Sacramento, these big giant cities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about 3 hours in between. Basically it's a small town, it's a country town, it's kind of a beach town. Well, it was a town, now it's becoming a beach city.
It's because you keep inviting people there, Aaron. Stop.
But it's kind of I've got a different perspective than a lot of people in California because I have that small town attitude, that small town upbringing, to where it may be I trust people too quickly, I trust people too deeply, because where I'm from, everybody and everybody knows each other. In the city, I find, I'll meet somebody, we'll do business, and I won't ever see him again.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. Cindy made an excellent comment here saying that she's amazed how many people put gossip, lies, negativity, excuses, everything Abdulaziz shared with us to not do. But how many people actually put those things into their lives and then wonder why they feel down or can't connect with other people? And I agree with you. But it's also, I don't know that people do it on purpose. I think that the reason we three here, myself, Aaron, Abdulaziz, and you in the comment section, aren't living like that is because we are intentionally focusing ourselves on something different. And we're feeding that conscious mind, the first giant, into the subconscious mind, the second giant. We're feeding the positive. We're feeding it with motivation. We're surrounding ourselves with people we want to be like, or are at least like-minded, right? So we're reminding ourselves that this is how I am, how I want to be. I prefer Charlene this way than to one who is stuck in the negative and down and out and, focusing all that negative attention on somebody else. I prefer me this way. So that's why I show up every morning here. What do you think, Abdulaziz?
I agree with you. Your opinion is correct.
Okay.
But there is a problem.
Problem. All right.
Yeah, maybe there are a lot of people use gossiping, lying, or other things that we told about. Mm-hmm. But you couldn't, or maybe couldn't tell him or her that you make gossip, you make bad things with you or with other people. What would you say? What's your reaction with people doing gossiping about you or other people? Advice or left?
All right. So when I am in a conversation with somebody and they start to gossip about somebody I know, I stop them.
That's what I mean.
I stop them. I say, can we get the person over here with me? Can we get them in here?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not the person I know.
100% with you.
Let me ask them.
I'm loyal to my friends, right? And I consider that a part of loyalty. Is that
because if you let him to speak about other people, maybe with other people he used to speak about you.
Oh, he or she will anyway. But within my circle in my life, I don't allow whining or complaining. Well, I can't say that. Everybody knows that I allow the red ring, right? 5 minutes. You get a pity party for 5 minutes. That's all you get. Enough. Let's move on now. Get it out of your system and let's go. But gossip, criticism of others, that isn't meaning that we're pointing the fingers and saying how bad they are and not learning anything from it. because I think that sometimes in conversations we can confuse the identification of somebody else's behavior of something we don't want to do as criticism. It is, in a sense, what we're trying to do is to learn from it. We're not spreading the news about how bad this person is, but between me, you, Aaron, here in the room, we might be talking about somebody as an example of what we want to be like or what we don't want to be like. And I think that's different than just coming up next to you and start talking about how bad so-and-so is. And, you know, if you knew what I knew about so-and-so, and, you know, if they only did things this way, they would be so much better to be around. And if, you know, if they dressed a little differently, my gosh, I would like them so much, you know, all that silliness.
You know, sometimes I've done that with friends to where me and another mutual friend, you know, whatever is going on, and I wouldn't call it gossip, but we will like talk about what are we going to do? How can we, you know, help this person this going through or whatever? Or like you're saying, oh gosh, he shows up to the party every time with this dirty shirt. We should tell him, should we buy him a new shirt, you know, rather than criticizing. But also what you're saying too, and I totally agree, is if someone's coming up and bad mouthing somebody, criticizing, to say, hey, let's talk about this in front of them. Let's hear what they have to say about what you're saying about them.
That's it. Or I have said this
so many times, unless they're really truly, like I'm saying, they're talking about it because they want to help them and they want some advice, and we're going to take some action and go back and talk to them directly. You know, now, I don't look at that as
gossip. Have you ever had that happen to you? Boy, did I get my comeuppance. That's happened to me, where I didn't realize what I was doing. I really didn't realize it. And they looked at me and said, isn't that something you should be taking to so-and-so? And it's like, guys, oh, thank you. Those are the people I surround myself with, right? So that when I fall off the rails and start acting in a way that isn't the way I want to be, then I've got somebody that'll point it out to me as well. So it's not always me on the right, straight and narrow, right? And sometimes I derail and I get the, I'm just clearly remembering a while back that happened. Somebody looked at me and said, isn't that something you should take to them? I was like, oh, yeah, keep my mouth shut. That was inappropriate.
Guys.
Yes.
Guys, I discovered something really big.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, according to our subject, we can launch a new book about this subject.
We can launch a new book about this subject. Sure. What do you want to call it? I'm going to call it No Red Rings Allowed. But
if we make cooperation together, we will launch a new book about positive energy.
Why not?
Let's put it on the schedule. I am probably be open around June. I have a lot of writing assignments coming up until about June.
No, Catherine has one. Coffee. It makes the difference.
Yeah.
Miss Carly.
That'll be the first one, and we'll have we'll have Abdul Aziz. Wait a minute, we'll have Abdul Aziz write the first chapter about the coffees and the different types of coffees, and because Turkish coffee is definitely something that's going to get you going.
Yeah,
that is good stuff.
Yeah,
I've got my wannabe coffee here because I've had the good stuff that Abdul Aziz is drinking. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so we've got great comments happening about consistently need to keep the positive around us to help make it easier to ward off the negative battle. You know, you're right. You're right. As I said, I've been caught. I have been not confronted, but gently reminded that your attitude stinks, right? But also, I'll see it in myself. Won't you see it in yourself when you're around other people? See, that's that input, right? Like Abdul Aziz had said earlier about surrounding yourself with winners. Aaron and I have talked about that we have specific people around us for a reason. Is because I'm influenced by their behavior, by their attitudes. And so when I'm not feeling so great, when I'm kind of overwhelmed or the morning mindset isn't working, it hasn't gotten me in the right direction for the day, you know, more surrounding of other people will influence me. Actually, it usually does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really, going with this blog. This is the first time maybe I spoke with you and Mr. Iron.
Yes, I think
Right?
so, Abdul. I haven't spoken with you, but I appreciate your positive attitude. I appreciate you, getting me guts up, because I know the first time I jumped into Blab, it took me 3 or 4 times just watching, and then I jumped in. I totally stumbled and fell flat on my face. So I totally appreciate it, for you jumping up in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Mrs. Charlene.
Yes.
Maybe there is a related between what I say right now and the subject.
Oh, maybe.
What is the type of your blog?
The book we're talking about is Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. I actually have a hard copy here that was printed in 1969. It's written by Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone. And
do you have an electronic copy of this book?
Well, in the live stream, can you see next to you that there is a picture, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude? Can you see that?
Send me that.
You just click out, you just click on it, click on the expand.
Is it clickable?
Yeah, and it brings it up.
Because it's not clicking for me.
In my Google, and I can save it to my drive. I can download it.
Okay, hold on. I have here in the chat, there is is a link to the PDF, the ebook that you can download. It's about 200 and some odd pages.
Is that your drive that it's in? I'll put the link right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the link right there. Okay.
Yeah, that's in my drive, and it should be downloadable. It is free for doing that. I've checked. Oh, so
you must be downloading it. I know that when I'm on mobile or a tablet, it don't let.
And that's cool. I'm enjoying meeting Abdulaziz. That's pretty cool. It works. Thank you. Yeah, when I look over it or hover over it, I don't have the hand that says I can click on it. Monty, my friend, it is so good to see you. I haven't seen you in months. I hope all is well with you.
It's in the upper right-hand corner of the picture where it pops out. Like a little, looks like a little, magnifying glass, zoom in, and then pop out. And when you pop it out, it opens another tab on my Chrome browser.
Okay. All right, then. So we're at the top of the hour. I'm going to close out the recording. I'll be happy to keep the room open. It's not a problem. I can stay here for about an hour, and we'll do that. So I want to thank everybody who has joined me in the live stream. Aaron and Abdulaziz, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here. Those in the chat section, thank you for your contributions to the conversation. It's been terrific discussion this morning. And those watching the recording, hey, thanks for hanging with us this long. This is Charlene Burke with Grow Because You Know. That's www.growbecauseyouKnow.com. Let's move forward with the day on purpose, with purpose, to grow our hearts, grow our minds, and grow our businesses. Until next time, have a great day.